So everything, whatever we learned yesterday or whatever we have gone through yesterday, are the like typical concepts of cybersecurity, which is really important to understand that. The first was like small events, which gets uh, constructed into a written logs, and then this written logs helps us to understand what was the incident all about. So this is like a simple story you can remember. Event comes first. Logs is something written proof of that or written evidence of that. And if we bring them all together, it will create an incident. So incident can be understood by understanding the logs, types of logs, and studying the logs. So today we are like we'll be studying the effective logging practices in cybersecurity, because yesterday as we discussed, like the logs is something which will come consistently, so we need to figure out like what is important for us, what is not important for us, what kind of logs can help us, what kind of logs we can ignore, or like it depends on the environment that you're monitoring, it depends on what is your scope of work, depends on what exactly you want to figure out. So it depends on different aspects, but the theme or the project remains same, that we all are focused on cybersecurity associated logs, right? If like for example the regular logs like related to any kind of work the users do, like using the Excel, making few changes in their files that they use internally. So these are the logs that are like of low priority, we can say. But the logs which has a kind of abnormal behavior, which helps us to understand that something abnormal is happening or something malicious has been happening, then this comes under our radar, we can say. So first thing is to collect all the logs from the various sources that we are having. We deploy our agents into different sources that we utilize in our daily usage. So we collect the logs from our servers, we collect the logs from the servers which are internal facing, the servers which are like external facing for our clients, the systems, or we can call it as the endpoints, which have been used by our internal employees. Also, sometimes we monitor the endpoints which are used by our clients. So it depends what is your budget, what is your scope, and what exactly you want to achieve as a common target. So we will collect the logs from servers, endpoints, applications, mainly the web applications, because web applications is something which we keep it on the web for public, and the client or anyone from the internet, they log into your application and perform whatever the operations they are interested in. So in order to understand whether the operations that they are carrying out on the application, web application, is something legit or not. Okay, so that's why we collect the logs from applications also. Then security appliances. Okay, security appliances means like for example, if you have configured the firewalls, IDS and IPS system, that is intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. So we'll configure different kind of appliances for that. Firewall comes, Cisco router comes. So it depends what what kind of configuration you have, what kind of protection mechanism you have for your organization. So that's why we uh, deploy or implement different security appliances. So we also monitor that by getting the logs from those sources. So this we consider as the relevant sources. So our first and the prime most important thing is to collect all the logs from various sources, and then the next is to centralize all these logs. Okay, the logs are coming but we don't know where they are going. Means Chekhov. You can like Chekhov justice. You can just what I can say, go through this in a funny manner so that you will always remember. Like for example, I'm receiving the logs from you both guys, but I'm not having anything to make it centralized. Okay, if I make it centralized, then only I can share it with my team. That please monitor the logs of my these two friends and their endpoints so that I can keep them safe. Unless and until I have the centralized hub, I cannot say that I'm keeping you protected. So it's always important to have the centralized log management in which we can monitor the logs. It should be completely secure and like a dedicated hub or a location which we can call it as. It will give us the information. It gives us whatever is happening at the endpoint servers and applications and other appliances, whatever are there which are deployed. So it's nothing but the SIM tool. So now can you tell me the SIM tools, Jacob Justice? You're there.
Yes.
Yeah, Justice Jacob. Can you tell
Yes.
me the SIM tools now?
The tools.
Yeah. Yesterday you shared me Splunk, right? So what are the other
Yeah.
two?
Splunk and I mean, I don't really remember the other. You mentioned other two of them.
Yeah, I mentioned QRadar.
What did you call it? QRadar?
QRadar.
QRadar.
Yeah, QRadar. You can remember it as radar. So just
Oh,
add
radar.
Q question in
Okay.
front of that Q radar.
Okay,
It is like a
QRadar.
radar where we it's like a radar where we collect all the logs and then monitor it under our radar. So that's why you can remember it as Q radar.
Okay.
Then we have ArcSight. Okay, you can remember it as sight. It gives you a sight view, so you can sight view of the logs. So you can remember it as ArcSight.
Oh,
Splunk, Arc,
ArcSight.
yeah,
Okay.
ARCSIGST. So Splunk, ArcSight, and
Right.
QRadar. So these are the
Okay.
prime most SIM tools. Okay, so what is our next important step or thing is to have a centralized hub. So SIM tool is the centralized hub for us to maintain all the logs. It should have the efficient storage and it should have the capacity to correlate the logs with the rules that we have created in our log management tool and correlate, analyze, and produce or reflect the logs as alerts. Like for example, let's consider uh, any of the tool. Okay, I'll just try to just share my screen. Okay, so let's consider this is the storage. Okay, this is your screen. Okay, these are the rules. Okay, this storage and Okay. So let's consider that this is the your SIM tool. Okay. So in this SIM tool, we are getting the logs from different areas. Okay, so this arrow represents the different areas or different sources, and this is something which is dedicated for the storage of the logs, because we need to retain the logs for like at least 90 days, I can say. Okay, like if anyone is interested in the history of any kind of logs, then from where we'll bring that. So that's why we need to retain the logs for at least 90 days minimum. And let's talk about the rules. Where does the rule comes? So these are the rules that you have configured in your SIM tool, any SIM tool, Splunk or QRadar or ArcSight. So the rule, it depends on your knowledge base. Like for example, if I create a rule that if I receive more than 10 login attempts and which are failed and from an external IP, then it should get reflected here on my SIM screen as that somebody is trying to make a login attempt to this particular account. Okay, so this is like a sort of example, like where does the rule comes. We create the rules, we are receiving the logs. These logs get correlate with the correlated with the rules that you have already created. So correlation, and if any of the logs get correlated with your rules, then it will give you a result as a alert over here on the screen. So you understood the whole concept, like what exactly happens.
Yes.
Yeah, means you're creating, you're like, consider yourself the Jacob that you're a security analyst. Okay, so what you will do, you will create the rules. Okay, and once you create the rules, then the raw logs will come. The raw logs get correlated with the rules that you have created, and if in the correlation, if it is found 100% correlated with your rules, then it will reflect as an alert in your SIM tool. So that is the behind strategy. It's simple concept, right? Like for example, anybody is coming to your house, if they are coming once a day, then it's fine. But if anybody is anyone who is from outside and coming like 10 times in your house premise, so it's something abnormal, right? Jacob, you're there? Jacob,
Yes, I'm here.
yeah. So you can imagine. So this is like a sort of example. If anyone is coming to your house, which is from external twice, thrice, 5 times in 24 hours, then it is something risky for you. So same, it applies to our IT environment. So we create the rules, correlate the rules, and produce the alerts, and then monitor the alerts, and then protect our environment. So as the third point, which we discussed in the diagram itself, like log retention and backup, we need to retain all the logs for appropriate duration as per legal, regulatory, and internal requirements. Because legal, as per the legal requirements, if you're not storing the logs, and if somebody comes tomorrow and they will ask you about, like, yeah, you're speaking about that incident, right, which happened like 2 months ago, can you give me the records of that? Can you please give me the logs of that? So they'll ask you for the relevant proof, right? And if you don't have any kind of storage capacity, and if you haven't stored or retained that kind of data, then what will happen? It will create a miss. It will be like, no, sir, like we don't have the records since we don't have the storage uh, of the logs which are like more than 1 month older. So the logs, the incident happened on like in the month of June, and today we are in the month of October. So we just have the logs of like September and October, not of June, July. So it will create a bad reputation and we cannot justify ourselves, right? So that's why retaining the logs is important as per legal and other regulatory and internal requirements, we can say. So backup should be taken, and also we should need to we need to confirm that it is there available, or else we will assume that yeah, the data is there, we need not to worry about that. But we should know it more practically, like for how many past days the data is there. Like for example, you are sure about, like, yeah, we maintain or retain the data of last 90 days from today. You all should be pretty much aware of that. If the incident that you're talking about, or if the query that you had is for the logs which are more than 90 days older, then we can say, sorry sir, we, as per the policy, as per the legal requirements, we don't maintain the logs more than 90 days. So sorry sir, it's as per our rules and compliance that we have. So he will not have any question for you because you're following your rules. Am I right, Jacob? Justice?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is all about log retention and backup. And then the fourth point is for log analysis and monitoring. Okay, so before before log analysis and monitoring, we discussed about how to collect, where to maintain, and how to retain as per the requirements. Okay, now there comes the part of security analyst. Okay, now there comes the part of our responsibilities, our roles, our dedication in our team for our work that we will be doing daily. So analysis and monitoring is a concept that we can relate it only with the cyber security team. Here, the other teams will not be helping you. Here, the cyber security team will only work on this concept. So that is analysis and monitoring. You will receive the logs, alerts will get reflected, and then you will analyze it to find like what suspicious thing is happening. Okay, what is this alert all about? Okay, so day by day, when you start practicing, when you start analyzing, so automatically you will get aware of your environment. Okay, like what kind of alerts we mostly receive, what are the true positives, and what is the frequency of alerts. Okay, so on which, like for example, from Monday to Friday, if you're working and you are receiving more alerts on Monday rather than Friday or Thursday, you can say. So you can understand like Monday is more critical for us than the other days that we have. Okay, so parallelly, the analysis and monitoring part will develop your own experience of your environment, and you can state that yeah, no, we. If anyone asks you like, have you received this kind of alert in which somebody is trying to remotely execute the code from the external IP and all. So you will have an answer for that because you're holding up the experience and you know, like, yeah, no, no, haven't, sir, we haven't received any remote code execution logs since 30 days, I can say. We received once, which we mitigated in a timely manner, but I don't think we have received in last 30 days. So automatically it will develop your own knowledge base with your experience that you're having with the analysis and monitoring part. So, what does this analysis and monitoring part will help you with? It will help you with the activities which are occurring, what type of pattern they have, okay, when, at what time they attack, what kind of attacks are made, from which country the attacks are made mostly, what, where they are targeting mostly, like on the web apps or your internal servers or the endpoints related to marketing department. So it depends. It will help you to understand the pattern, right? Also, it will help you to understand anomalies, right? Anomalies is like something anonymous, you can say. It will help you to understand like this anonymous logs has came. So I want to understand who is this, normally working behind this. It's like the facts which are unknown for us. Sometimes few of the alerts are like, I don't think I'm not getting the source for this alerts. I don't know from where they are coming and what exactly they are doing and what kind of steps they are running. So it will help you to get the anomalies, means getting something new for you. Okay, so which is not there in your rules. Okay, so the rules gets created based on the alerts that you will receive, the logs that you will receive, right? But sometimes the logs or the attack is completely new in the market, for which you don't have any kind of rules configured. So this logs will help you to create the new rule which you can uh, configure in your SIM tool, and then you can monitor the alerts related to that rules next time. So it will help you to understand the anomalies, means something new concepts which are coming, and indicators of compromise. Okay, the SIM tool will help you with the indications. Indications, as we talked about it earlier, like it can be in the form of IPs, it can be in the form of hash values, it can be in the form of domain which are blacklisted. So anything. Okay, so it comes in front of you where you need to understand, yeah, I think that this is like 100% indication of that the account has got compromised. So can anyone tell me like what is the indication of account compromise? You can create your own story based on whatever we have learned. What is
So,
the indication? Yeah, yes, please.
so indication of a login compromise, is it? You mean?
Yeah, account compromise. Like you're having your email account or your official account, so it has got compromised. So can you help me with your own story, Jacob?
Oh, a story of my account that got compromised or how it got compromised.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a story, but not an email, but it was
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so it's actually my mom's WhatsApp. So
Okay.
we were talking on a WhatsApp call, and I was getting a link saying I should click the link for something. And so basically, her phone WhatsApp was being operated remotely while we were talking, on a phone. I don't know if you
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I checked, I didn't see any linked device on her WhatsApp. So I didn't understand how that happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Means uh you got the indications that something odd is happening on my mom's WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, I got a message from her
Yeah.
to me, to my
Okay.
WhatsApp, yeah, saying
Okay.
I
So
should
this is
click the link.
okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay, great, great. So it's like a sort of indications that you have got that something odd is happening with my mom's WhatsApp and my WhatsApp. I need to figure out like what's exactly wrong. Am I right, Jacob?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so the same thing applies to our logs. We will receive the indications from different endpoints, different servers, different sources, and then we need to figure out like what these indications exactly represent, what this indication wants us, they want to tell us. Okay, this indications which you have received from your mom's WhatsApp is something they are trying to convey the message that your mom's account, WhatsApp account, is at risk. Am I right, Jacob? So the same it applies to our endpoints. We'll receive the logs in our SIM tool, and then we need to figure out that, yeah, something odd is happening. So that is nothing but the indications of compromise. So it should get timely detected. Like for example, your mom's account was compromised, or your mom's WhatsApp account was compromised 5 days before, and today you're getting the alerts for that. So it doesn't make any sense, right? We want all of our logs to get reflected, get logged at the right time so that we can work on it in a timely manner. Otherwise, we'll be led to respond to any kind of incidents that we are receiving. Now, the last is like security incident investigation. Investigation, like it plays a very crucial role. Okay, incident is something, uh, a post activity, we can say. Incident is something that this something has got compromised. Okay, it's not something proactive mechanism. Here, the thing is, it's a post part, not proactive part. It's not a pro part, it's a post part. Post means somebody was trying to hack your account and they hacked your account. Okay, and now once they hacked, we call it as incident. Okay, if anyone is trying to hack, we call it as the alerts. Okay, but if it is hacked, then we call it as incident. And now we are investigating that incident. It's our duty to investigate the incident, to get the history of it, like when we received the alerts for it, or whether we have not received any alerts. If we have received, then why the team didn't monitor that alerts, and why they didn't focus on that alerts. So the question arises, like whether you were not there on your screen, whether you are not monitoring the events that were coming. It's our flaw, right? So monitoring the incident is our part, because if you don't monitor the alerts, or if you don't monitor the incidents, then we'll miss most of the aspects of our environment. So that's why incident investigation is also a crucial part, where we understand what it is all about, what is the root cause of this incident, why it happened. It was due to our mistake, or it happened suddenly. So understanding the extent or the range of activities from start till end, like why it got compromised, why the account got compromised, this we can understand only by carrying out the investigation. Okay, and and in this incident investigation, we need a support from all of our team members, right? We have the incident response analyst in your team. Okay, so he is responsible for starting the investigation, but in some time, like he will require few of the logs from any of our security analysts, few of the logs from malware analysts, few of the perspectives, different perspectives from different people in the team. So different team members will have different perspectives and different understanding. Am I right? So they will give you their inputs, that this which I observed 2 days ago was something bad. So this might be the reason to initiate these odd activities, which has led to an incident later. So we'll get a different perspective, different logs, different reasons, valid proofs. We cannot just form the hypothesis and say like, yeah, this might have happened and all. We need to produce the evidence for that, right? So we need to collect all the evidence, build or reconstruct the entire incident cycle, how it started and when it ended, and what we can do next that it should not occur in future. So these are all the concepts of incident investigation, you can say. Okay, so you understood like what we have gone through in the log practices. Effective log
Yes,
practices, right from collection till centralized hub, retention, backup, analysis, monitoring, and last comes the investigation.
yes,
So now the next concept is of local logging. Okay, local logging is nothing but generating the logs. Like for example, we three are working for any of the firm, and we are using their endpoints. Okay, regularly we do our work. Okay, and our logs get generated automatically, and it should get stored on your local system. Okay, so it will reduce the efforts of our SOC team, that the local logs are generated on the local system and they are stored on the local system itself. Okay, generating means activities plus generation plus storage, it all occurs on the local system. Local system is nothing but the system which we three of us are using, so that we call it as local logging. Local system is nothing but the system where the events occur, or where exactly the most of the activities are occurring. Okay, so that we call it as local system. Okay, so log generation. Okay, log generation, we talked much about log generation, we can say. So but now we are relating it with the local system. Okay, the system which we are using. Okay, so the events, activities, errors, whatever the activities that we are doing in our daily usage, so what happens, the information related to that gets captured and it gets stored in a structured format uh, onto your system. Okay, so how it gets stored, like if you go back to your Windows registry logs, uh, I will do, I will help you with few of the commands. Okay, that will help you to get the logs of your system. Like in your free time, what you can do, you can just go to Windows registry. I'll just try it over here if I can find. So logs are different. So we can just go through our. Let's try to find if I can get it or not. What I will do, I will share the command with you. Okay. So what happens? This command will automatically generate the logs for you. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll just share that command with you. Is you just need to go to command prompt, and like just sort of example you can consider. Okay. I'll just try to run it on PowerShell. So first I need to figure out the string associated to my logs. Then I can share with you. But I will surely try to share with you like where we can find logs. Okay, where is the log file storage and how it can help you to get the details like what is happening on your system. And so I'll just say that or else we can just go to our event viewer. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes.
So just this is like something a graphical representation of your logs. You just need to go to your event viewer, click on Windows logs, click on if you're interested in application logs, click on applications, security, any kind of setup if you did setup system. So it depends what kind of logs you're interested in. And you can save it and use it for your own purpose. So these are the local logs we can consider. Okay. So whenever you run any of the command, what happens is whatever this logs which we have gone through now, or whatever the logs this event viewer is helping us in, this we get in a by running any of the commands. Or else you can just directly go to event viewer and just study the logs that are present. Okay, which automatically gets generated. You're not doing any kind of efforts for that, right? So the log generation we talked about it. So in log generation, it maintains the timestamp of what is happening, where it is happening, what it is exactly doing, the event types, as we have figured out in the event viewer itself. Like there are the different types of log: application, security, setup, system, forwarded events. So I will close this. Let's move on to application. So application, different kinds of logs are there. Cisco, secure client. Okay. We have the VPN. I have VPN on my system. So VPN logs are there. So this is all the information that we are getting here. Okay. So as you can see, event ID is there. Then if I scroll down here in my logs, it is also giving me date and time, source, event ID. Event ID, each event ID, if you try to search it on Google, let's search 13021. Okay, we'll search it on Google. It will help you to like event ID 3021. Okay, so here you can understand that what this event ID exactly want to tell us, that it is like here as you can see, this is not something a legit source for you to go through all the event IDs. I will help you to get the portal where you can just go and search the event IDs. Just event ID. It's, it's event at event. Yeah. So this is like the ultimate source for you. Is it visible for you all guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like the I will share this. It's like an encyclopedia for us. Okay. You know now where to get the local logs of your system. You got to know that in the event viewer, if you go, you'll get the local logs. And like if you're interested in any of the books, you can just click over here 3021 and click on go. Okay, it will give you the details. So just share that with you. All sources 3021. Just give. So this event ID is not a security event ID. So here only the security log events are stored. So as we are studying the local logs, So local logs are not something the security related logs. Okay. So, but here you can go and search any kind of event IDs which are security oriented. Okay. So let's go to few of the logs which are events IDs for security events, security related events. Okay. See, if you search it on the Google, you'll get to know like there are the different sources. So let's consider this as example. Like 4624 is for successful account log on, 4625 is for failed account log on. So here it is stating like these are the 42 important logs which you should always monitor. So if in your SIM tool, if you're receiving this event ID, then it means like something odd is happening. So I'll share this both the sources with you so that it will help you. Means you had understood the concept of where does the log comes and where we can search those logs. You understood this concept? So I've shared the links with you both in the chat box, so you can like utilize that for your own purpose. Just go, just let's consider this is 4732. I will just go and I will just search this 4732 over here. This is like a dictionary for you, all your event IDs. 4732. Enter. So here, as you can see, this is a security event ID. That's why we got the results for it. It is giving us the description of it. Like a member was added to security enabled local group. That's why we received this log. It gives you the description of it. Okay, also gives us the examples of it. So what else we need? Okay, means it is helping you as a security analyst to understand what is exactly happening with this local event ID. So that is local logs. Log generation is the another concept where the logs get generated and gets reflected in your SIM tool. Log file storage, we talked about that. Log management is managing all these different kinds of logs, retaining those logs which should not get deleted, and the log files as though it grows day by day. Okay, so it will consume your disk space, your storage space, but whatever it is doing at the back end, it should not reduce your performance. It should not reduce or slow down your system or slow down the SIM tool. So that also we need to take care of. We need to have that kind of policies, retention policies, and something which is should be in a structured manner. Otherwise, if it is unstructured, it will get messed up, and we cannot determine like how we can figure out and how we can increase the performance of system. So that is all about the management task. So log management is something to be looked by the managers and network guys, okay, because they are much more aware of the storage capacity and policies and all. But we are security analysts, so as a professional, our role and responsibility is just to monitor the logs, analyze the logs, and find what is happening and how we can resolve whatever we have got at our end. So log analysis and monitoring is most of us uh, aware of, and it's a main part I can say. Well, management I cannot say like we are wholly responsible for that. We are partially, okay. We are partially means sometimes in between there comes an option like for how many days you need this logs. So there we need to follow our policies that we don't need it like more than 90 days. So this is like the contribution that we can make at base level, but we are not at the extreme level where all the logs are managed from different sources. But we are like of prime importance in log analysis and monitoring part. Okay, so where we need to identify what is happening, identifying the pattern, troubleshooting any issues that is occurring or that is happening on daily basis. And we need to be live because the logs are live. We cannot uh, be like that. Like for example, you have received logs in the morning and you are monitoring those logs in the evening. We need to be live, like the screen keeps running, the logs gets generated, okay, every minute, and we need to be there on screen to monitor those logs, so that we call it as real time picture or real time analysis, okay, and respond to those alerts in a timely manner. So that is something about log analysis and monitoring. So the next point is about log security. Just give me a minute. Log retrieval and analysis, okay, and integration with the centralized login. So log security, what it is all about, this is the new terminology that you got. Have you heard of this, Jacob Justice?
Yes.
Because the security of your logs is really important, okay, or else if anyone or any third party is able to access your logs, then it is like a risk for us, right? If
Yeah.
they get to know what we are doing at our system, it is a risky concept for us. So log security is nothing but uh, keeping all the appliances that have been used for generating the logs, getting the logs to our screen. So whatever is been used in this whole chain, it should be updated. It should be completely secured. It should be audited in a timely manner that we are still safe or not. So this is a part of log security. And also we need to have the credentials, a type of configuration, or we can say a restricted access as per the role that we have. That the security analyst will have the user role in the tool that we are using, while the admin will have the admin level of role. So everyone will have the different role and responsibilities and different privileges in our log system, in our log tool, SIM tool. Otherwise, if a normal user is getting the privileges of admin, so anything can happen, right? You can think of it, Jacob, like if the fresher is getting the privileges of admin, what will happen, Jacob?
Yeah. I mean, it's not supposed to happen, because yeah, admin has the
Yeah,
priority access.
yeah. So if a normal user is getting the privileges of admin, then he can do anything with that, right? He
Right.
will talk about that in a with his people. We'll talk about that with his friends. That today I integrated 5 sources. Today I did that. Today I deleted this. So it is like because they are not well experienced. Their role is as of fresher, and they are like more interested in exploring. So what the side effect of exploring will be, they will do something bad for us. So that's why we need to maintain the security in this manner also. Security from external environment plus from internal, so that which is important for us. So because we don't want anything to get modified or anything to get unauthorized access of, or anything where the mechanism is changing. Like for example, you're like having 15 rules till date in your SIM tool, and yesterday somebody else logged in and they just deleted your 10 of the rules among 50. So now you just have 5. So do you think you will receive the alerts then for the rules which are deleted?
Yeah.
Bec- We cannot, because like for example 15 rules are there, logs will come, they will correlate with the rules and the event, and the alerts will get generated. But now somebody has deleted the rules itself, okay, so you will not uh, get the alerts for those rules which are deleted, right?
Yes.
Rules mean, yeah, so which is like a difficult or a concept which people are not aware of, right? If rules are deleted, then we'll not get the alerts for those rules. It means we'll miss the locks, we'll miss the alerts, which is a difficult concept for us. So that's why we need to take care of each and everything. So the next concept is of log retrieval and analysis and integration. So this will go through by like tomorrow. So I hope whatever we discuss today is like interesting for you all guys, and now you are like quite aware of what exactly the logs means, what exactly the event means, where it stands, and how it helps, what are our responsibilities. Is it clear, Jacob Justice?
Yes.
Yeah, because we are trying to gain the knowledge like of 115%. So at least we will remember 100% of it, right?
Yes.
Since we are uh, extending our limits, I can say. Because if you talk about the basics, I can say sure short that you both are now aware of the basics, but we are extending our limits so that what will happen, like for example, if you're learning daily 15 terminologies related to cybersecurity, so at least you will remember 25 of those, right?
Yes.
So the same concept I'm trying to apply it over here. I'm trying to share with you more knowledge other rather than the PPTs that we have, based on the experience that I have got, real time experiences, not something which is from the books. It is something from the experience that I had. So I try to share that with you. That it will help you in your future goals. It will help you to share this perspective or mindset or examples with your colleagues, with your friends, with your team members in future. So I hope it is helpful for you. You can ask me anytime if you need any examples related to any of the concepts that you already have in the cybersecurity field, so that I will remember, yeah, this happened with me also, and what we did, and all, etc. So, so have a good day, good rest of your day, next day, I can say, and please take care and be curious and ask me about any queries that you have during our sessions. Until I'm there, you need not to worry about the security part. You can ask me any doubt related to security, not just related to the course that we are going through or following upon. You can ask me anything out of the box also. So I will try to resolve most of your queries as per my knowledge base, which I had based on the experience which I've gained. So yeah, let's try to do our best, Jacob Justice. So please let me know, and please take care and relax, and see you tomorrow with full energy. Jacob
Uh,
Justice.
th- thank you so much. Good night.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Thank you.